Lovely to see you all. Good evening. Welcome to our Sunday service, and also a huge welcome to everybody watching online as well. Hi Maya, Jill and Jenny, thank you for joining us there. So we do have a lovely evening lined up, as we always do here at Fundersley. So big warm welcomes to our medium in church this evening, Jenny Eldridge. Welcome, Jenny. And also huge welcomes to our medium online, Jackie Edwards. Jackie will join all of you a little bit later on, so thank you very much. I will now hand over to Jenny in church to open the service in prayer. This will be followed by the Lord's Prayer that we will all say together. Thank you very much.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen.
Light the church candles. I haven't done that one yet, and just invite you all, as I light the candles, just focus on that love light within you and ask your spirit, your loved ones in spirit, to just come in close if they can, so that you can feel comforted by their energy tonight, because that's what it's all about. Hold it up closer to Christ and it works. Lovely. Well done, Jesus. Okay, so we're going to go into the healing part of the service. So we do this every week. It's a very, very beautiful thing for us to do. I think a very special thing for us to do. So although I stand up here and I read the prayer and I read the names that are given to us in the healing book, each and every one of you out there in church and online as well can really join your energies in, so that we create a bigger energy to go out to all those in need tonight. So if you've never done it before, just focus on the word love, really, because that it has an energy, it carries an energy, and you think and focus on love and in opening up your heart to that love energy, and thinking about those people possibly that might need some of that love and that healing in your minds, knowing that that energy will go exactly where you're thinking to send it. And that's our belief. It really is as simple as that. Healing will go out. So however that looks. So I've got some names here in our church healing book, and I also invite those online to pop any names into the comment box there for me to add on at the end. So you can do that. Thank you. So through our joint prayer tonight, we ask for God's care to come around everyone that we name here now. So we'd like to send that healing love light to Darren, to Claire, to Derrin, Lorraine, Tanya, Andrea, Linda, Sarah Hall, Wendy Thorne, Dolly the dog who's Pastor Spirit, Jeff Hills, David, Sonic the bird, Katie, Martin, Billy, Peggy, Carol and Bill, Chris and Gary, Dennis and Mark, June and Chris, Charlie and Mark, Margaret Flack, Margaret Knight, Janice, Dennis, Glenn, Susan, Donna, Joan, Heather, Veronica, Barbara, Kelly, Annabelle and Bobby, Linda Weeks, Alison Lay, Julie, and Bex's brother, John Gerald, Rebecca Whelan, Claire, Deborah Smith, so please join with me in our healing prayer tonight. Dear Heavenly Father, as we come together here in church and online this evening, we ask to be used as channels for your beautiful healing energy. When we sit with our hearts open and focus our whole being on love, we know that we can send that positivity out. And we ask you to amplify that for us now. We ask tonight, loving Father, that you join in and help all those that we've named tonight, those that we think of in our minds now. And we ask that you surround them by your love, your light, and your healing. We ask they feel comforted and eased by it. And we also ask, of course, for all those around the world that we haven't named tonight, but all those around the world that are in need too, we ask for them to receive the power of your healing. And not forgetting our animal kingdom, the world of nature, Mother Earth. And we pray, as always, for suffering to end. We pray for people and countries to unite in that love and that peace. And loving Father, please bless all those joining in this prayer tonight and sending this healing out. We ask that they too receive the power of your love. We ask all of this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. So just sit in the silence for a minute, focusing on that love light energy, sending that out to all those in your mind, those that you think of. This will be broken by us singing the hymn, Gracious Spirit. It's in the front of your purple books. Thank you.
gracious bread. Take our loved ones to us, what tender care. Loving Father, hear us, hear us. Precious Spirit, may thy presence shed a healing ray, turning all their nights of darkness into glorious day. Loving Father, hear us, hear us. Precious Spirit, shines our flavor, be their light and guide. Lead them to the heavenly kingdom, safely by thy side. Loving Father, hear us, hear us.
Lovely. That's a beautiful energy that's built up. I hope that you can feel it. I certainly can. Just sit with that and allow it to just come in and build around you. It's lovely thing to do. So well done, everybody, and everybody online as well. I will now hand over to our lovely Peter for this evening's Bible reading. Where is this lovely Peter, he says. Looking at him right now. He is.
Hello, Jen.
Hello.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, dear.
Evening all. Lovely to see a nice full church. And welcome to all those online. We had our Harvest Festival last week. Probably the true date is this week, but it goes on for some time yet as the fields are harvest. Tonight's reading, I go back to that harvesting. It is about sharing the harvest of God. God is all love, and sharing God's love in brotherly love with each other. Living in brotherly love with each other is to show generosity and love. When Jesus left the earth, he called together his disciples and explained in detail his return to his heavenly Father God, and he wanted them to continue his preaching. He knew that if the word did not continue to be spread to the people, that they would fall back into their sinful ways. Feed my sheep, he said, and his apostles went out and continued his teaching. We've used many of these visits in our Bible readings. Tonight's reading, Paul was in Achaia, following a visit to Macedonia, talking about giving help nation to nation, people to people. It refers to those who have a good harvest to give to those whose harvest has failed. He refers to God giving in abundance, and those with more than their need should give to those who are in need. He explains it in all times, having all that you need, you will abound in all good work, not reluctantly or under compulsion, but from the heart. God gives generously and in abundance for the people. The harvest comes direct from God that supplies wealth in many ways. Jesus, whilst living on earth, shows many examples where the tempter operates on the sinful ways of power and greed. We've been talking in the past readings of brotherhood of man. Paul's talk is including the brotherhood of nations. We're all aware of the separatism of nations. God's gifts are given to supplying the needs of all his people and as an expression of God's love. In this reading, I believe that those in Acacia were preparing a bounty to give generously to others. Tonight's reading comes from 2 Corinthians 9, 6 to 15, sowing generously. Remember this, whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and those who sow generously will also reap generously. Each of you should give what you have decided in your hearts to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. And God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. As it is written, they have freely scattered their gifts to the poor. Their righteousness endures forever. Now he who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will also supply and increase your store of seed and will enlarge the harvest of your righteousness. You will be enriched in every way so that you can be generous on every occasion. And through us, your generosity will result in the thanksgiving to God. This service that you perform is not only supplying the needs of the Lord's people, but is also overflowing in many expressions of thanks to God. Because of the service by which you have proved yourselves, others will praise God for the obedience and accomplishment of your confession and of the gospel of Christ, and for your generosity in sharing with them and with everyone else. And in their prayers for you, their hearts will go out to you because of the surprising grace God has given you. Thanks be to God for his indescribable gift. God bless that reading. Thank you. Unhitch me, madam.
There you go. Lovely. Okay, so thank you to everybody who has joined us online. We thank you very much, and we hand you over to Rob and to Jackie Edwards. Have a lovely evening. Good night.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here again this evening. I really enjoy these evenings, although many people ask me how on earth I manage. They tend to help me anyway. So I know that they're with me. I've got a queue of lovely spirit people next to me here, waiting to speak, as they always do. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for your kind words. I'd like to give a little address, if I can, very quickly, because it came to me a little while ago, and it was when my son was talking to me, and because he lives in Canada, so we talk online quite a bit, and he was asking me, what I was doing for dinner, and I said, oh, I'm doing this, that, and the other. I said, but I really do like to do my risotto in my pressure cooker. He went, oh, I remember when you taught me how to do. Oh, that was the first thing I ever made when I was 11 at school. I went, really? He went, yeah. Can't you remember? You taught me. You spent 3 days. Every day we made risotto. You taught me to make it until I could make it properly. I went, oh, okay. And I really couldn't remember. I think a little about things we remember and things that we don't. And I do feel that we tend to remember the worst times of our lives a lot easier. Remember the bad things. All the good things that happen to us, it just goes in one ear, out the other. And, it just doesn't tend to stick within us. But it's like sticks and stones, isn't it? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. That is the other way around, because bruises and cuts and everything else can heal. But unfortunately, Oh, I'm sorry that the signal's not too great. I'm really sorry, but it's been a bit on and off. I hope that it carries on and you can hear me. But I guess what stuck with me was that we always remember the worst times of our lives a lot easier than we do the good times. We always remember the words of not hate, yes, I suppose, but things that are said to us out of spite or out of hate. We do tend to remember those more. So what I want you to remember is, although you remember these things that don't serve you well, please remember that for every one of those you remember, you must have many, many more good memories that you don't remember fully. So just concentrate on your life now. Concentrate on your journey. Try not to look back at things that were said. Try not to let them mar you or harm you as you go along your path. And remember that good will always outweigh the bad. I hope that helps some people. Okay, now getting down to all the things that you've tuned in for tonight. Sorry, I'm just listening to everyone that's chatting away to me, and I'm trying to sort out who's going to come along first. And I do know that there is a lovely Bex Cullins who joins us today. Now, Bex, I'm not sure whether you know, but I need you to just type in that you can hear me. So if you just type in hi or anything, I'll see that. And I know it's your first time live. I'm sure it's not your first time seeing a medium work. The way I work is I'm drawn to a person and I give you who I have here. Hopefully it's for you. Thank you very much, my darling. Thank you. Okay, Bex, I do feel I've got a lady here, and I do feel she comes through with an awful lot of love. Now, it comes through with mother's love. Now, if it's not your mum, I know it's someone who is like a mum, like your nan or another lady. So if you could please let me know as to whether you can understand that, whether it's your mum or your nan. I do know that she comes through with an awful lot of love. Can you understand that, Bex? If you can just write in yes or no. Hopefully, yes. And then we can carry on with who I have here. So if you can let me know, please, Bex. That's very kind of you, can. Okay. The lady, I do feel it's yes, I do feel it's Shanann, because as I looked at her, she looked an older lady, so I do know that she would have been a nan. Now, excuse me, I do have problems around you, and they're not all to do with you, but there are lots of other problems of different people that are affecting you, and I do feel that people are coming to you left, right, and centre for giving you either their sob stories or the way that they're feeling, and they want your opinion. So if you can understand that, Bex, please, if you can just type in yes or no, then I can carry on with Nan here. But I do know that around you, there's a lot of people around you that don't really serve you right, if that makes sense. They don't want to. They're not really worried about what's going on in your life. As long as you're there for them, they're happy. And I do feel that a lot of that's going on around you. But with that, I know that you personally have a lot going on in your life that you could do with their support, and you know you're not going to get it. Okay. So while I'm saying this, Bex, if you can just keep typing in yes or no, so I can carry on. And I know you just put down yes, 100%. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. But I do know that there's a lot look, there are people around you, and I think there's one person in particular that does rely on you quite significantly for help and healing, if that makes sense. And I do know that this person is very, very close to you, and I do know that this person, I believe, is a man. That's what Nan's making me feel. She's not telling me, she's just making me feel that. But I do know that that's the crux of it going around you there, because although you've got a lot of people around you, you feel so alone, and you don't understand how is it that you have these so many so-called friends around you, but no one is there to comfort or to help you. But as soon as there's problems with them, they want you to comfort and help them. I do understand how that feels, and I do understand that it must be very hurtful, and I do understand that it's very, very hard. But Nan just wants me to tell you that although you've not got physical help with you, you have the help of spirit with you. And I do know, yes, it is, darling. I do know that that Nan in particular has been around you an awful lot, wiping your tears away, because there have been quite a few of those lately. And it's not tears of sadness, it's tears of frustration, that you know that everyone could, if everyone was there for you, like you're there for them, your burden will be so much lighter. But I do know that Nan is saying that there's an awful lot of people upstairs that are helping you and are trying to give you a lot of healing, trying to give the person a lot of healing. Okay, so getting away from that, my darling, not I'm making it any smaller than it is, but Nan just wants to carry on. She wants to give me this month as very important to you. She wants to give me September as being very important to you, but also last month. So August would have been quite a few different things that would have happened or been happening around you that would have been very important to you. She also wants to give me the number 15, 1 and 5. Now that's either the 15th of the month, number 15 door, could be anything else. She had a wedding anniversary today. Happy anniversary, my love. Okay. So I do know that she's been around you. I also know that there would have been a significant birthday. Would this been around? Oh, your mum. Thank you. I was just going to say, would this been your mum's birthday around about this time? But you just said, and your mum's birthday last month. So I know that would have been quite a significant birthday for you to celebrate. Okay. Now, Nan is also saying to me that you need to either take a step back from a couple of people that aren't there to help you, just to help themselves. So you need to just take a step back from them. And she says, while you're taking a step back from them, do not feel guilty that you're not there for them, because all you are is a sounding board for them. Okay. So I do know that that Nan's just saying you just need to just cut off that not cut off the help, but just cut off the easy route for them to get rid of their problems onto you. Nan wants to say to you that she's so proud of what you've achieved and what you've done, but she also wants to say she's so proud that you're so supportive with Mum as well. And she also wants to say, you know, she's oh, thank you. She also wants to say to me that that she say again, darling, please. She wants to thank you for being around Mum when Nan was passing, because I know that they were quite close. But she also wants to say thank you for being there for Dad as well, because he would have taken it quite badly as well. And it would have shocked you to your core, but you was there for them really, really strongly. And she just wants to say thank you to that. Okay, my darling. So I hope that's been helpful to you. I hope that has been a little bit insightful for you, and I hope that you've got out what you needed to get out from that, Bex, if that's okay with you. So God bless, my darling, and good luck with everything, and happy anniversary. Lots of love from them. Thank you. I have a little little drink. Just excuse me 1 minute. Okay. Okay, who have we got here? I've written you all down. I'm not being rude. I've just written you all down here. So I write you all down quickly so I can be drawn to the name. Otherwise, I'm forever going backwards and forwards. Okay. Okay. I want to go to Julie Zachariah, if that's okay. If Julie can just type in hi or something to let me know that she's around, please. That'd be really good. So Julie, please, Julie, if you can just say hi, that would be fantastic. Julie, hello, thank you very much, my darling. Thank you. Julie, now with you, I've got a gentleman here, and I do feel that he would be on the father love vibe with you. And I do know that he would have been a huge part of your life. Okay. And I do know that when he passed away, a little bit of your heart went with him. Yes, I can see you, Julie. Thank you so much. So if you can just let me know you can understand a gentleman with the father love vibe in spirit, please. Because I do know that he would have been a huge part in your life. And I do know that he would have been a big inspirer to you, and a big he would have cast a huge net of love over a lot of people. Thank you, my darling, because I do know that he would have had that love for an awful lot of people. I do feel there's a lot of you around, like family, extended family, such like. And I do know that he would have been there for every one of you. But I do know that Grandad just wants to say to you, you're on the right path. I don't know whether you have been doubting as to what you've been doing is not the right time for you or not the right path, but he just wants you to know yes is the right things for you to be doing, because he's also given me the words that you've done like a 180 in your life, that you went down one path, it didn't feel right, so you've come back on yourself trying to find a different path, and you've found something, and you're not really sure as to whether you want to go down or want to go into that to find out where it's going to go. So that's how it's making me feel at the moment, and what he's saying to me. So Julie, if you can just say yes or no with that, I'll be very grateful, and I can carry on with what he's got me. If not, I can go into it a little bit more. But if you can understand that there's been a path you've gone down, it's been a bit of a damp squib, bit of a dead end, and you've done a 180, you've come back on yourself. I want to feel this is more like an inner journey. You've come back on yourself, and you've found something that you're thinking, well, I feel this is right, but I don't want to make the same mistake again. I don't want to do the wrong thing. So Grandad is saying you're on the right path. You're doing the right thing. You're looking at the right thing, right time, right place at this time. Okay. He also wants to say to you, got to have faith in your heart, please, because you do tend to let your head overrule your heart. Now, I always say to people that when we have a gut feeling or we feel something in our chest that it's right, this is your soul talking to you, your soul or your spirit. This is your spirit talking to you, because your spirit knows what it needs to do. Okay, it knows what path it needs to go on. It knows where it needs to go, the people that it needs to see to progress on in this life. And I do know that that your soul or your spirit will always take you in the right direction. Now, us being human, and because we are human, living a human life, our brain, or our what I want to call our human monkey brain, if you want to call it that, excuse me, it tends to throw in a spanner in the works. Okay, it tends to put in the what ifs, but ifs. What if this happens, and what if that happens, and if I do this, will that happen? Or if I do that, will this happen? And it's all different things that your brain, your human brain, is trying to throw in the works into what the soul or your spirit is telling you what to do. And I do know that your spirit knows which path it needs to go on. So and that's why it feels so good and so right. That it's the mind saying, "Oh, what if it goes wrong again? What if the same thing happens? What if I go on this path and I don't find what I think is there? What if? What if? What if?" Do you understand that, Julie? Because I do know that Grandad is saying, "You're on the right path, girl. Go on, you can do it. You can do this, and you're more than capable. And now is the right time." So I guess what he's trying to say is go for it. I don't know. I have no idea what this is because he's keeping it close to his chest, and he's not letting me know what it is. And I wouldn't want to know anyway, because I do know that that everything is said. Is put in a little box, tied up in a lovely bow, tied up in a double bow, so you can unwrap it, you can undo it, so only you know what it is. So I do know that Grandad's playing your cards close to his chest because he knows how private this journey is to you. Okay, thank you very much. He also wants to say that Nan sends her love. I do know Nan's on the other side, otherwise you wouldn't have said that. So she wants to send her love. She's not here at the moment, but I do know she's standing beside him, although she's not letting me see her at the moment, but I am seeing Grandad. I'm not sure whether he wore a hat, but he is tending to top a hat. So he's picking his hat up to you and putting his back on his head like a gentleman. So I do know he would have been a wonderful gentleman and a gentle person as well. Thank you very much, because I do know he was doffing something. Thank you very much. But also he wants to say a happy birthday to a gentleman, please, because I do know it's either a gentleman's birthday coming up, or is now, or has been. So I do know he wants to say happy birthday to that gentleman as well. So if you can just let me know whether that's correct, please. And if not, I can go and tell him off, tell him he's not telling me the right thing. No, I wouldn't do that. So what's the happy birthday? Yeah, thank you very much. I knew it was a gentleman. Thank you very much. He's a very, very clever man. He's a wonderful man. And I can feel what a lovely, lovely soul he is. And he's saying that you've taken on his temperament. You have the very same temperament as what he has. You have you wear your heart on your sleeve. You tend to put yourself out there to be hurt, not intentionally, but because you love so freely. And I don't mean like the love for a partner, but I mean love for friends and love for other people. You do tend to put yourself out there, and because you are freely giving your love and your friendship, you have had quite a few knocks in your life. And he just wants you to say, don't ever be anyone but yourself. Don't ever stop being the person you are. Don't ever put a brick wall that you're starting to put up now. Please do not put a brick wall up, because you would not be you. So he just wants to say he loves you to the moon and back. And he also wants to say how proud he is. I know it's very cliche of people saying that, but he is saying that. I'm so, can't say that word, so be proud of you. Okay. Thank you very much. He's also, now I'm not sure whether it would be anything to do with him or whether it's something to do around with you, but he's showing me like a little boat, like a speed boat, or a boat with a little engine on the back. And he's showing me that, and he's showing me in dry dock. So I'm not sure whether it's anything to do with him, whether he had a boat that he was working on, or whether there's a boat that you know that's being worked on, or something to do with a boat. Now, if none of that is true, then I do know that you're sailing the right ocean for you. You're on the right path. You're on the right place to be. So either, okay, that's fine. I didn't feel as if it was something to do with you, which is why I carried on saying about that you're not being asked to row down the river. You're having a little bit easier at the moment. You've had to row against the stream as such through your life. You've always had to go against everything. You've always had to row against all the troubles and tribulations through your life. But at the moment, they're showing me that things are going smoothly for you. But you're always on the lookout for what's going to go wrong. Please do not. Okay, this is what this motor is for in the back of the boat. It's just showing me that instead of having to row against the tide, you have now got a motor to help you along the way. So everything's going to get easier for you from now on. You've had all your trials and tribulations. So I do know that now things are starting to get easier and things will start to feel better. Okay. And I feel that is the crux of it. You'll start to feel better. So I know that you've had a broken heart. This is what Granddad's saying. You've had a broken heart and you're starting to feel better. You're starting to accept that fact. Okay, my darling. So I do hope that helped you a little bit. Please take your Granddad's love. And he just wants to say it was him that you saw a shadow off the corner of your eyes the other day. He was standing next to you because you was feeling a little bit down in yourself and doubting yourself. And he was standing right next to you. Okay, so that was him standing there. So if you could please just take his love, my love, and know that he's always with you. Lots of love from him, my sweet. And thank you so much for typing there for me. Thank you, my love. Lovely. I'm really glad it was very meaningful to you, my love. Okay, now then, I've got Melvine Peters. So if Melvine Peters can let me know that they're around, please, I'd be grateful. Oh, I've gone. Oh, here I am. I'm back. I don't know what happened there. I went for a little while. Who do I say? Melvine Peters, please. Melvine Peters, if you can just type me that you're here, please. I would. Melvine, hello. Thank you very much, my darling. Thank you very much for confirming you're here. Now, I do have a gentleman here, and you've been quite a tall gentleman. He is coming through with an awful lot of love for you. Now, I do know that he. I'm not really sure what the connection is because he's not giving me at the moment, but I do know he is quite a tall man, and I do know that he would have had an awful lot of love for you, and you would have had an awful lot of love for him. It doesn't feel like Dad or Granddad. It doesn't feel like that, but I'm not 100% sure what that connection is, my darling. So if you can understand a gentleman in the spirit world who would have been quite tall, dark hair, he would have had a bit of a curl to it. If you could let me know, please, Melvine, that would be really good. I do know that he's standing right next to me, and I do know that he wants to connect with you. So if you can let me know, please, Melvine, let me know. I'm still trying to get the connection of this gentleman. It's very unusual for me not to get that connection. So you can, thank you very much. You can understand. I don't feel this will be Dad or Granddad. Is that correct? Because it doesn't feel like that. So I do feel he would be closer to you than that. Please forgive me if that's incorrect. But I do know that he would have been quite close to you. Now, I feel it'd either be a brother or a partner. Can you please let me know if that's correct, please? And if not, then I'll go back and I'll try and figure out who this is, because at the moment he's not giving me that that connection. Can you understand a brother or a partner being in spirit, please, Melvin? If you can just let me, your husband, thank you. I did know that it wasn't dad and it wasn't granddad. It had that more of a deeper love. Okay, my sweet. Thank you so much for confirming that. Now, the reason why he's come in this evening. Okay, thank you. Now, I don't know how long he's been over in spirit. I don't feel he's been over in spirit that long length of time. And forgive me if you're not ready to hear this, but I have to give what I'm being given by your husband. And he said he wants you to carry on. He wants you to find someone else to love you as much as he did. He wants you to understand that he doesn't want you just to stop being just because he's not here to enjoy life with you. And this is what he wants you to do. He wants to start enjoying life again. Okay. So if you can understand that, please. Sorry, I've gone again. I'm back again. Sorry about that. I hope you had a little sing-song to yourself. If you can please let me know, Melvin, about that, I'll be very grateful. 3 years. I didn't think it was that long. If you can let me know that this is what he said to you before he passed. Although I do feel it would have been quite a quick passing for him. It wouldn't have been, you wouldn't have had a long illness with him. I do feel it would have been quite quickly, and you wouldn't have been so much prepared for it, for sort of losing him. And it would have been a bit of a shock to you and to the rest of the family. But what he is saying is he doesn't want you to stop. He doesn't want you to stop living. He doesn't want you to stop enjoying your life. He doesn't want you to stop laughing. He doesn't want you to stop smiling. He doesn't want you to stop doing anything like that. He wants you to carry on. Does that make sense to you, Melvin? Because he would have loved you with his heart and soul, and I do feel that you would have been soulmates. And he said there is someone else out there to share your life with you. Yes, it's not going to be the same, but you are relatively young. You don't need to. People are living well into their 90s, hundreds even. And he's just saying that you really do need to carry on, to not feel guilty about laughing, not feeling guilty about having a good time, going on holidays. These are all the things he's saying. He just needs you to be happy. That is that was his entire for you when he was here. He wanted you to be happy. It was his first and foremost thing in life that he wanted you to have was happiness. It hasn't stopped there. It hasn't stopped because he's not on the earth plane. He said your happiness means more to him than anything else in the world. And the fact that you are not seeking, you're not living to your full potential, not living to your full happiness. He just wants you to know that, yes, you've got his permission. That's all he's saying. I don't mind. I'm not there. You're still living. I'm up here. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it. I know that we took these vows, and I know that we promised to love each other. But he said, remember the bit till death do us part. And that's where he paused like that. Remember that. I don't expect you to be married to me even if I'm not there. Yes, you're married to me. Yes, you'll always be married to me. Yes, we'll always be husband and wife. But please remember, you're here. You're on the earth plane. I'm upstairs in the fine time. Don't worry about me. Okay? So I hope that hasn't upset you at all, Melvine. I really do. It wasn't intended in any way to upset you or make you feel anything but happy that he is happy. Oh, bless. Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart, my darling. Bless your heart. I do feel for you, because that is a long while to be with someone. But he would never ever want you not to carry on living. It's a cruel disease to lose someone but have them still here is so awful. But he's okay. He's okay up there now. He's got all his faculties. He said not that he had them before, but then when he wasn't ill, we never had his faculties. And he's laughing at that. He's saying he always had this kind of like a mad scientist kind of approach to life, and he's laughing about that as well, because he said when he was young, his hair was sort of like, but he's having a lovely catch up with his parents, and he's having a lovely catch up with all his other family. And he wants you to know that he loves you, and he'll always be beside you, but you need to carry on living. Lots of love to you. Lots of love from your lovely husband, and lots of love from everyone else upstairs. I do hope that that helped you a little way to make you feel a little bit more content with life, if that makes sense, my darling. Okay, let's see who else we have. Okay. Right. Chloe Borum. If you can just let me know that you're around, please, Chloe. I would be really happy. Chloe Borum, please. I am drawn to you. I have a lady here that's waiting. Chloe, if you can let me know you're here, please. Chloe. Oh, Chloe, come back wherever you are. I have a gentleman here who is waiting to connect with you, Chloe. If I don't hear from you, my sweet, I will have to move on. One last call for Chloe. Chloe. No. Okay, Chloe, if you do come back and people say that you was needed, I will come back to you, my sweet. Okay. I am going to go to, who am I going to go to? Deborah Smith, please. If I can go to Deborah Smith, please. That would be lovely. Deborah. Deborah, if you can let me. Hello, thank you very much. I'm glad you come on very quickly. Thank you very, very much, my love. Now, I do have a lady who's beside me. I do feel she's coming through. Chloe, I'll be back with you in a minute, my love. I did call you a little while ago. Please stay online if you possibly can, because I'll come to you afterwards. Okay, my love. Debbie, I do have this lady who's with me. She, I feel, is coming through as a sisterly vibe. Now, although I said sisterly vibe, if she's not sister, I do know she's someone who was like a sister to you? Can you either say yes or no to that, please, Debbie? Sorry, Deborah. Didn't mean to call you Debbie. Force a habit with my friend Debbie. Deborah, if you can just let me know as to whether you understand a lady in spirit who is either who was a sister or was like a sister to you. If you can just let me know, and then I will know. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so if this lady isn't a sister, would you understand a lady? Okay, thank you very much, my love. She just said, I'm a mum, but we was like sisters. Okay, we was close like sisters. Do you understand that, my darling? Okay. Do you understand your mum in spirit? Oh, sweet. If you let me know, please, my darling, I'll be very grateful. Thank you. Because she said, oh, you got that because I'm a mum and we were like sisters. So that's why I got that sister vibe with her. Just a second, please. Now, she's coming in this evening. One, because you've asked her to, and two, because she was going to anyway. And she says, no one tells me what to do. I'm a free agent. I can do what I like. And she's saying this all with tongue in cheek. And I do feel that she's having such a lovely time upstairs with her mum and with her dad and with her sisters. I do feel that it's got a couple of sisters of hers up here. And if it's not her sisters, then it must be her sister-in-laws. But I do know that she's having a whale of a time up here. And she said she's so glad that she knew about spirit before she went up, because it made her passing so much easier for her. Yes, she does seem to me to be a little bit of a joker, your mum, and I love her to bits. She's got such a lovely aura around her. She's got such a lovely this jokey, happy feeling around her. And she would, yeah, thank you. I knew her sister was there because she's saying how wonderful time she's having up there. She said, you know what, we can still close shop and we can buy anything we want, but we don't have to buy it with money. We can just go there, pick it off the hanger, put it on. Not that we need clothes up here, but I still like getting dressed up. She still likes getting dressed up, she said. And that would have been really important to her, to look nice, to look smart, to look presentable. And she's saying, although they don't need clothes, it makes her feel better every now and then just to go and do a little bit of something that she used to do on the earth plane. But she's getting more and more used to not having to. But every now and then she likes to get together like she did with her sister, go out shopping, go out and do this, that and the other, and do bits and pieces and enjoy herself. A lot of people think that when you're going up to spirit, you're instantly spiritual. When you're instantly spirit, you know what to do. Well, some people do, yes. Other people like to hold on to their earthly ways for a little while longer because they just like to relive them with the family that they meet up with. So they're just doing the things they like to do. And because there's no time up there, she's still doing it, okay? Okay. Now, she's also letting me know that there's, okay, am I right in understanding, Mum, correctly, that there would have been a little boy's birthday recently, please? If you can let me know. A little boy's birthday. I do feel it would have been a little boy, about 4, 5, something like that, please, if you can let me know. Because I'm seeing, if it's not a little boy's birthday, then I've got a little boy in spirit, darling. Okay. But do you understand, first of all, little boys, it's coming up. Fantastic. Thank you. Because I do know that this would be about 4 or 5, around about that age. Won't be any older than 7. Would be around that age. And he's tickling my nose. Your mum's tickling my nose at the moment. It's really annoying. Okay. She's also saying with you that there's been a lot of clearing out you've been doing. So I don't know. She's making me, way she's showing me is you getting clothes and either packing them away or getting them out and putting them away. but she's saying about your wardrobe you're sorting out. There's other bits and pieces you're sorting out. Your shoes. It's almost as if you're changing over your clothes. Okay, still lots to do. Thank you very much. Because she's just saying it just seems to be a never-ending job, because there's so much for you to do, and it hasn't helped that last time you did it, you kept saying, "Shall I? No, I'll keep that. No, I'll keep that." And it was almost you kept more than what you put away or gave away. And she's saying sometimes you have to sort of bite the bullet and say, "Have I worn that in the last year or two? If I haven't, you can go." Okay. That's her opinion. You haven't got to do that. But she's also saying to you about your shoes. She's saying that that you do need to either sort out your shoes or get shoes sorted. So it's either sorting your shoes out because they're in a bit of a mess, or get your shoes sorted for an outfit you need to wear. One of the two. Okay, but I do know it's something centered around shoes. And she's saying when the time comes, you know it's right. Okay, so I do feel that this would be like having to get a pair of shoes to go with you have a lot of shoes. But I do feel that there is an outfit that you have recently bought that none of your shoes match or go with, or either they're uncomfortable to wear, and you'd have to be on your feet quite a long time when you wear this outfit. And she's saying to you, well, I suppose one more pair is not going to hurt. It's not going to really make much difference, she's saying. Then she's laughing at that. Okay, she's given me December as a very specific month for you. December. She's also given me the number 34, 3 and 4. That's either someone is 34, or it could be the 3rd of April or the 4th of March. Okay, so one or the other. Okay, my darling. I really hope that has helped you, because I know that I'm on a bit of a short time now, and I do need to get to Chloe. So I really hope that helped. That has been okay. Oh yes, thank you very much, my darling. Okay. Lots and lots and lots of love, my darling, from your mum. She said she's saying she often comes down to see you. She often visits you at night time, and she often sits on the edge of your bed and watches you sleep. So nothing too creepy there, I suppose. No, not creepy at all. Lots and lots of love to you, and from your mum. Thank you very much. Okay, Chloe. Now back to you, my sweet, because you wasn't around when I called you, Chloe. Now I had a gentleman here who was here, and I do know that this gentleman would be either father or grandfather. Okay, my darling. Do you understand? Father in spirit first, and if it's not father, then it'll be grandfather. Can you please let me know, please, Chloe? I do know that this gentleman, Grandad, thank you very much. As I say, I do know this gentleman would have had a lot of people around him, although he didn't accept help easily. He was a very proud and very proud man. He wouldn't have accepted help very easily, but in the last portion of his life, he needed more help, and he didn't take it very gracefully, he's saying to me. And he just wants to, first of all, he wants to say he's sorry to everyone that he was nasty. Not nasty, I'm sure he wasn't nasty, darling, but he's saying nasty. But I'm sure it was more awkward. He was that he would quit. I don't like if you're in spirit or anything, so I'm sure that you wasn't. But he just wants to apologise for that, my darling. He just wants to apologise that he was a bit of a pain in the bum. He didn't say bum, but I had to sort of like make it a little bit more Sunday service friendly. He also wants to say to you, Chloe, that although you have a lot of people around you, you feel quite lonely as well. And he just wants to say, really, you do need to let people pass that barrier that you have put up. Okay, You need to let those barriers down a little bit to let people in. And he said he understands that you don't want to be hurt or let down again. But he said until you let those barriers down, you are never, ever going to know how it feels to be happy. Okay? So it's just asking you just to lower those barriers down a little bit, because it's almost as if it's like an iron curtain up around your heart. And he's just saying he knows that it's been hurt, he knows it's been broken, and he knows that it's taken you a very long while to get over what you're feeling. But he said until you allow people, even the people you know can't get close to you. So until you can do that, his just wants you to know that there's a lot of happiness out there for you, but it's just a matter of letting it into your heart. Okay, my darling, I hope that you understand that. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. He's given me March as being important. March. I feel this is more around him than it would be around you, my darling. Okay. He also wants to say, okay, he wants to say hello and happy birthday to an older, like a gentleman, not a young lad or a young man, but a gentleman. So, it's birthday his daughter. Okay, but he also wants to say happy birthday to a gentleman as well. I know that you said it was his daughter's birthday, but I do feel it's a gentleman's birthday round about the same time. And he just wants to say happy birthday as well. So, and he's also asked you to pass on his love to his daughter, please. I knew it was your. Thank you very much. I knew it's someone else's birthday. Thank you, my darling. He also wants to pass on his love to his daughter, please. And he also wants you to pass on his love to everyone else. And just, oh my goodness, that's pretty cool. And also let them know that he is never but a breath away. His words. I'm never but a breath away. You only have to whisper my name, I'll be beside you. And that goes for you as well, my darling. And he said, although you didn't see each other that often, when you did see each other, you had such a lovely relationship that it was heartbreaking when he did pass away, but you was glad that he was out of pain and out of the problems that he had. Take his love, Chloe. Know that he's around you an awful lot, because he just let me know that he walks beside you quite often, and he does stand in your doorway, which is why you sometimes you see someone there, you look and they're gone. So I know he stands in your doorway as well, but he's always around you, my darling. So lots and lots of love to you, and I think that's all I have time for. I think. So God bless to you all, and thank you so very, very much for your help and your communication to me. God bless.
Oh, God bless, Jackie. Thank you so much. Well, we've got Frank's animal cards, and then we'll come back to you for a closing prayer, if that's all right.
Thank you.
Lovely. All right, friends. Well, good to see everyone online tonight. Thank you to Jackie for that lovely evening. We've got some new people online tonight, so you're very welcome. Thank you for joining us. Every week, Frank from our church draws 3 animal cards, because, of course, the mediums, as much as they try, they can't get round to everyone with a message in the evening. But these cards give us something to take away for the week ahead and a positive message. So tune into one of the 3 crystals at the start of this video clip, and let's just see what Frank has for us this week.
Evening. Our first crystal is the rose quartz, and with that goes the card for the leopard. The leopard is all about wisdom born from experience and being prepared for all possibilities. and having great determination and perseverance. It says now is the time to rely on all that you've learned from your broad and varied experience. It says you are prepared for this moment and you are ready. Use your knowledge and your humour. You could probably stand to put your house in order if there is clutter around you. But if there are situations that simply aren't working for you, or people who create more drama than happiness, then grab your broom and sweep them away. Sweep them out of your life. The leopard represents a person who is experienced, self-sufficient and brilliant. She has seen much in her lifetime. She always knows exactly what to do and is more than happy to help others. She is good-natured. The challenges she has endured have served to make her stronger and honed her to deal with life. That being said, she learned long ago not to keep people in her life who just take and never get back. She really can't abide the drama queens and will quickly send them packing. If she offers you advice, then take it. And do try to keep up with her, because she'll be on the next thing you need before you've had time to write down the first one. Leopards are misunderstood in some respects. We all know the saying, it can't change its spots, but that is unfairly put upon, really. There are things about the leopard that are unique, and one of the most intriguing things is that it is the only one of the big cats that cannot walk backwards. And so, if you've been told it can only attack, well, if you block its way out, it can't go backwards, so its only way is past you, isn't it? The leopard is a very resourceful and thoughtful animal, and symbolises, if you've chosen this card, a person who, if they know they are right, if they know what they believe is correct, then they will not back off either. They will only come forward. They will stand their ground and show their strength to others. A second crystal is the amethyst, and with that goes the card for the bee. Bees symbolise stress that comes from having too much to do. Too many things going on at once. If you think of 8 wonderful things you'd love to do and love to happen for you, I imagine if they all happened at once, chances are you'd be pretty overwhelmed, and the stress you will be feeling will be from trying to juggle too many things at once. So the bees solve this problem by living as a tight community. They are experts at prioritising, at delegating and multitasking. Each member of the hive has its place and its job, whether that be the queen bee at the top of the hive, or whether it be the humble worker who simply tends the hive and keeps it clean, or whether it's the bee that goes out collecting honey. And so these bees are very much living the way we live, or hopefully would like to live anyway, inasmuch as every member of the community is of equal importance, and they all have a job to do, and however menial that task may be, without any one of those tasks, the hive would not run smoothly. And so it's about recognising that we are all equal. We all have a part to play. We all have a job to do, and we all need to pull together and work together in order to achieve the best outcome for everybody. So a very good card, that, with some very good advice. And our third crystal is the citrine. And with that goes the card for the white tiger. This card says, a wonderful new path presents itself to you. It may have come as quite a surprise, but you'll want to leap into action now and pursue every possibility. Be courageous, be daring. There is nothing to fear and much to gain. This is a time for bringing to life whatever dreams you've been holding in your heart. Whatever you've been nurturing in your plans, now is the time to bring them to reality. The white tiger is a powerful and magnificent animal, known for its spirit, its courage, and its high energy. They represent determination and confidence, and the necessity to embrace any opportunity and run with it. The white colour is thought in many cultures to be a symbol of purity and focus of intention. But it also enables them to blend in to the harsh environment in which they live, often snowbound for many months at a time. And so they are not like the colouring we associate with their brothers and cousins who live in jungle areas. They need to blend in. And so this message that comes with this is, if you look at yourself and think that perhaps you're not like other people, perhaps there is something about you that you have that they don't. Don't consider yourself strange. Don't consider yourself different and unusual. But look at it like the tiger does. Use it to your advantage. Be grateful that you have something that you can use that others don't have. And you can use that to help yourself and others. We are all different in some way, but we're all equal as well. The tiger is a very loving and affectionate creature who tends for its young and looks after its flock. Or its pride would be correct, wouldn't it? This card indicates that, like the tiger, you are known for your ability to grasp opportunities. And this card asks that you do just that, and you make your life thrilling and exciting.
Lovely. Thank you, Frank. All right, friends, let's bring this service to a close. We'll go back to Jackie for a closing prayer, and then we'll play out the closing Vesper. Thanks, Jackie.
Hello, thank you. If you'd like to bow your heads. Great Spirit, Eternal Light, I'd like to thank you for allowing me to work within the power of Spirit this evening. I'd like to thank all the Spirit friends and family who come through this evening, and for all the people that were sharing the evening with me. I'd like to ask that ring protection be placed around each and every one of us and the homes that we all represent, until we meet here again. Amen.
What a big thank you to Jackie for tonight's service. Always lovely to have you with us, Jackie, and thank you for a lovely evening. Thank you to our medium in church, who is Jenny tonight, Jenny Eldridge. Hope you had a good night in church, and I'm sure you did. Thank you to Donna for chairing tonight. Thank you to Peter for the Bible reading earlier, and thank you to Frank for the card as always. Thank you everyone online for joining us. We really appreciate you coming along every week and supporting us here at Thundersley. And I really hope you have a good week ahead, and I hope you can join us next Sunday at 6:30 again. But until then, have a great week. Good night.